Hello, and thanks for joining me for another episode of Take a Deep Breath with Yvonne Daniels podcast. I am your well-being girlfriend, Yvonne Daniels, encouraging you to embrace the power of giving your body permission to relax for better choices, health, and wealth. We're doing it one deep breath at a time. All you need is an open heart and an open mind and a willingness to go and to grow. April is Move More Month. Yay! How you doing today, Matt?
Hey, what up, doll? How are you doing today?
I am doing well. Of course, you know how we kick off every episode.
With a deep breath.
Let's go in and out. And I'm telling you, that really does give your body permission to relax. As soon as you do it, your body just relaxes right on out. All right. So, over this way, we're all about talking about changing health narratives and leaving health legacies. And we're all about taking care of the wealth that we're born with, which is our health. Great thing. Of course, we talk about all the other types of wealth. I'm learning about so many other different types of wealth, but health is the wealth that we're born with. So glad. Thank God for that. And once again, this month is Move More Month. So, Matt, I have to ask you, as a college student, I'm sure movement is something that you get a lot of every day.
Oh, yeah. So, for example, me and my friends, we like to play basketball a lot.
Okay.
So, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Personally, I work out. So, I do different weight training and cardio work. And then I am also a golfer. So,
Wow.
oh, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty active per se.
Okay, that's a wonderful thing. Of course, when you're younger, we even though I don't know nowadays, some younger people are not as active as I know we were when I was growing up. But when you're younger, of course, you're moving around. You got your movement on. As you get older, that can be you have to be more intentional about it. And one thing I heard this say, and I love it. I'm using it. So movement is medicine. And the older we get, we understand that movement is definitely medicine. All right, so we're talking about Move More Month this month. We also want to make sure that we are doing all the other things that we need to do to take care of our health, that wealth that we're born with, which is getting enough sleep, accepting responsibility for our well being, taking as many deep breaths as often as we need to, tuning into our bodies, and moving our bodies. All right, so let's keep on that path. Move More Month as a national health observance that was actually created by the American Heart Association to promote a regular physical activity among people of all ages. This is something that we know, but it's good to hear this, and sometimes it's good to have it just repeated. A lot of great things bear repeating. So, the initiative emphasizes that even small amounts of movement can have significant health benefits, including reducing the risk of heart disease, stroke, type 2 diabetes, certain cancers, and improving mental health, sleep, and overall quality of life. Now, my mother she retired about 3 years ago. And when she first retired, she was, I think, struggling a little bit with it, just, being at home every day. My mom had worked for years, as many people do. So when she retired, it was a little struggle. And my uncle, who's been retired for many years, said, why don't you start walking? And so my mom walks 2 miles at least 5 days a week. She walks outside, of course, and she says when she misses it, she can really feel it. And so she is very intentional about planning, around the weather. If the weather's going to be bad, if it's going to be raining in the morning, she's like, well, maybe I'll just take it, in the afternoon. But she's very, very intentional because she really feels the benefits, feels the clarity of mind, just the continued movement in her joints, and all of that just from walking. And that's just something that you can start out doing. Regular movement helps counteract the negative effects of sedentary behavior. And so many of us here are just, we have sedentary lifestyles. It affects actually about 1 in 4 US adults who sit for more than 8 hours a day. I have coworkers, of course, here at the station, that make it their business to get up, which I'm so happy to see, and go out and walk around our parking lot out back. So they just will go and walk because you really feel it when you are sitting 8 hours a day and you're not moving. Yeah. It can have detrimental effects. So walking at a brisk pace, that's something else too. If you're just strolling, you're not going to get the benefits of the walk as if you were walking at a brisk pace. So a brisk pace they recommend about 150 minutes per week. That's per week. All right. So it can boost your mood, improve your sleep. Yes. Enhance brain function and reduce the risk of chronic diseases. Even light activity like stretching, which I love to do. I do that first thing in the morning. after I pray, of course. Stretching, short walks, that can lower the risk of death by 17% when you do it consistently. So that's our word of the day. Also, you have to be consistent with it. And I think that once you start, like my mom, you will feel it and you'll be like, I haven't done this in a couple of days. I need to get up and do it. And two, when you go outside, that's another added benefit because you will get the benefits of all of the fresh air that we need to take in. All right. So here's a great thing too. With moving more, whether it be walking or stretching, you don't need a gym or special equipment. We love that to join Move More Month. And so we've got some other ways to increase your activity. We've talked about the walking, the daily walks, walking during your phone calls. You can organize walking meetings. That's great too, to have a community to walk with. Exercise. I love that. Performing seated stretches, leg lifts, or shoulder rolls at work. Also, I saw some equipment on a commercial the other day where you can, as you're watching TV, they've got these, I guess kind of like a bike in a sense where you're just sitting watching television and you just kind of, pedal the bike there. And it helps with blood flow, circulation in your legs. Maybe you won't have pains that you have when you're just sitting and the blood is not flowing. So that's really cool. I was like, okay, that's really cute. I like that. A great Christmas gift for somebody. Also, household activities. So, we don't think about this, but gardening is, man, you're going to, if you garden a lot, I know my mom used to have us out there doing yard work when I was growing up, and boy, I could feel it for sure when I came into the house. But cleaning, grocery shopping, all of that can count as movement. And sometimes you even want to be really intentional about how you're moving and moving more when you're doing those types of things to get more benefits. Social activities, invite friends, families, or even your furry pets to join you for walks or dance sessions. We love that. And of course, you can try new activities, which is always a great thing. Experiment with sports. Be careful so you don't hurt yourself. All right. Also with dancing or other enjoyable activities. So the key is to, first of all, to just start. But then when you do start, you can start small, be consistent, and regularly exercise, increase your activity. All right. So even 5 to 10 minutes of movement several times a day can have lasting benefits. So you don't just have to, try and work out for an hour a day. 5 or 10 minutes of movement consistently, being very intentional, can have lasting benefits. So we love that. So once again, Move More Month. And also the Heart Association has National Walking Day, which of course kicked off the month on April 1st. You can observe it throughout the month, which is, what we want to do, and then increase that to throughout the year, observing it throughout the year. Your community, schools, workplaces host events for this observance, challenges, social media campaigns, encourage participation. We love that. The American Heart Association with their Walking Day, National Walking Day, which kicked off on April 1st. Of course, they talk about the walking at the brisk pace, which we talked about 150 minutes a week, boosting your mood. And, we just want to keep all of this in mind. So you can walk whenever it works for you. All right. You can invite your coworkers. You can share your work, what you're doing on social media. All that is going to help. And I always say, when you involve community, it just helps you so much. It's always good to have that support. So simple ways to add more movement to your day, taking the movement breaks, stretching, making it social with your friends, chore power. Once again, those chores are going to help you add in more movement, just so many different ways that you can add more movement to your day. And I encourage you to do it because I really guarantee you that once you start, you're going to find, I'll just be in one of, our rooms here, one of the studios here at the station. And I can just feel it in my body. Like I need to maybe stretch this way or move this way, and so it's really a great thing. And I tell you, dancing is an awesome. That's such a fun way to get in some great exercise when you're going out with friends, taking dance classes, all of that. The key, once again, is to start wherever you are and to build from there. Just be very intentional, be consistent with your movement just a few times a day, having those lasting benefits. Something that we encourage you to do over this way too is to listen to your body. We talk about that so much. Find what you enjoy. That's really going to help a lot. And keep it consistent. All right. Remember, any movement is better than none. That's for sure. And each step you take brings you closer to better health. And that is what we're all about over this way, encouraging you, whatever age you are, to get up, get active, reap the many benefits of movement. Regular physical activity isn't just about weight management, which I know a lot of folks, you want to look good, you want to look snatched, and we want to definitely strive for that. But it doesn't have to be the ultimate goal, or it can be, but we can start with the movement, which is going to really affect your overall health. And then it's going to, help to take off some inches, which is another thing we'll have to talk about too, because those inches, sometimes that weight may stay the same, but if you are getting those inches off, woo, yeah, you're going to look real snatched. Okay. So I tell you, it's the cornerstone of good health is movement. And it also helps with your mental well-being and longevity, and not only to live longer, but as we're living longer and getting older, we're able to move better, take care of ourselves, not be a burden on someone else, and to really impart all the wisdom as we get older to the the younger generations. And so that's what I'm talking about, as we get older, to have that wisdom, to be able to move and to take care of ourselves. Wonderful thing. And it can all start with Move More Month, which we are observing this month in April. So, Matt, how do we end every episode?
With a deep breath.
Come on, in and out. And of course, we are all going to move more. Yes, be intentional, be consistent. Yes, so we can feel better and for more longevity. Thank you so much for joining for another episode of Take a Deep Breath with Yvonne Daniels podcast. Be sure to, subscribe, share, comment, and join us at Deep Breath and Taste Buds at blogspot.com. And I will see you in the next episode.
Good stuff.